What's up, everybody? It's time for another Q&A video here on YouTube. I'm Trip with Setting and Such. Let's get to some of your questions. The first question is from Andy O'Connor, 2002. He said, "Good Q&A video, Trip. One question: how do you get the time to head out on the water?" Well, I'm really fortunate to be able to go out on the water and have these adventures. And part of it, I'm going to give credit to you guys for making me make the time. Because, if it weren't for you guys, I wouldn't be making as many videos, or actually, I wouldn't be making any videos, but I wouldn't be getting out on the water near as much as I am. Not that I feel like I'm pressured to get out on the water, but I love it. So you guys kind of give me an excuse to get out on the water. A lot of times, I don't have the time to get out on the water, but I still do my best to make the time. I'm a full-time fireman, I'm a father, a husband, and I do a few side jobs, do carpentry work. That's what I've kind of done all my life. So I do some side jobs and stuff, but I still am able to find the time to get out on the water. I think a lot of it has to do with my schedule in the fire department. We work 1 day on, 2 days off. So if I take one vacation day off, I essentially have 5 days off. So that's pretty nice, and that was certainly a plus to the job. It allows me to pursue my hobbies and things I love, like kayak camping. So I get to do that. So that's how I kind of find the time. But unfortunately, I don't get out as much as I want to. I'd love to do it every other week or something. Wouldn't that be great? Maybe when Sailing and Such grows more and gets bigger, I'll be able to go more often and maybe go to some more distant places. Because I always have people saying, "Oh, Trip, you should come and check out this place. This is where I live, man. This is awesome. This is great." And I Google it, and I'm like, "Oh, yes, I'd love to go there." But it's unfortunate I can't go now. I don't have the resources, all the blah, blah, blah to do it. Although I'd love to, and hopefully one day I'll be able to. Next question is from G. Skywalker. He says, "Hey man, your videos are great. How many batteries for your camera do you carry to film your adventures?" This is a question I get asked a lot. I generally take about 6 batteries for my Olympus TG 860, which I'm filming this with right now. And I also take 2 battery banks, which are like just little portable battery banks. I don't know what you want to call them, but you can plug your cell phone in them. I can plug my camera in it to charge my camera batteries. I can also plug my headlamp in it because it's USB chargeable also, which is pretty nice. And so I'll carry 2 of those. And really, I've never really had an issue with running out of battery. Typically, I find that 6 batteries are generally enough for me to film maybe like 2 hours of footage or so, because that's generally how much I film on a typical 3-day trip. I have about 2 hours of footage that I condense into an hour or maybe a little less. The most handy thing are those battery banks, which are great. I've got one. Oh, I bet I can find it fast. Wait, electronics, top drawer. No, it's right over here. Hold on. Actually, both my battery banks are in the house, so I don't have them. But basically, I have a RAV Power battery bank, and I have another one. I don't know the name of it. That's one of you gracious subscribers sent me, and they're awesome. I can use the RAV Power to charge my phone, which is pretty handy as I'm doing my live little broadcast while I'm out there and taking pictures and checking Facebook, replying to comments on all you guys on Facebook while I'm out there, and of course watching YouTube videos. So those little battery banks are great. I've never really gone through a whole one. I always come back with plenty of juice left. And also some people ask, why don't you carry solar panels? Well, solar panels would be cool. Yeah, it'd be a nice little gadget to have, but they're kind of big. They come in like little, they look like books. They just kind of unfold. I don't really need those because I don't run out of juice as it is. I carry these 2 little battery banks that are fully charged, and all I do is plug in and go. I don't really need a solar panel to have to let it sit out and charge and get dirty and get sandy and then be plugged into it while it's charging, worry about the rain. Maybe if I was going on like a week trip, that might be handy, but maybe just a few more of those solar packs would help, or just a bigger one. So I don't really see the need for solar panels. That wasn't in your question, but there you go. A little bit of tidbit information. What's going through my head? There's a lot of stuff going through my head, folks. Alright, here's one, kind of a long one. Get it straight. It's from Magpipe Winger 78. Happy Monday, Trip. Thanks for the Q&A video. I'm going to Colorado next month camping for a couple days solo. Last year, my boyfriend and I went to the same place I'm planning, but there's no cell service. My dad's concerned, but my boyfriend knows exactly where and what I'll be doing. Curious if you have a GPS system you use to let your family track you at all. Yes, I do have a GPS system that I use. I don't know where it is because I don't really use it, okay? Where is my spot? Anyways, I don't really use it. I've used it on one trip, and that was in the Florida Keys on my sailboat for a week. You know, it's a little dangerous down there in the Florida Keys, especially when you're on a sailboat by yourself. You don't really know what you're doing, like me. But, so I used it down there, and it was pretty cool. You know, they could track my position, where I was. I could check in and say I'm okay, and you could get on Google Maps and see me. So that was pretty cool. But I don't carry one with me. Why? Well, I don't know. First off, you got to pay for them. They're kind of expensive, like a yearly subscription. Can't remember what it was, but it's a lot more than I would like to pay. And I don't really do extremely hardcore stuff. You know, like paddling down the river, not that big a deal. Paddling at the beach, not that big a deal. You know, it's just, you know, basically when I go on a paddling trip, it's just, and a camping trip is just a series of day trips. You know, it's really not as big a deal as some people think it may be. And I know it's awesome. You don't think it's a big deal. You think it's cool, and maybe you're trying to get my opinion, so you can be like, look, Dad, I don't need that. Just don't worry about me. I'll be good, which you probably will. And typically where I go, there's decent cell service. And I've been to a lot of places where there wasn't cell service. Was I worried? No. Was my family worried? Yeah, maybe a little bit. You know, but I always have, you know, I always leave a plan, leave a map sometimes of where I'm going. I leave a general idea with my family of where I'm going. I should leave a real good map of where I plan on camping and where I put in and stuff, but I just tell them I'm going here, and they're like, okay, Trip, go. Because, you know, I've been doing this all my life, kind of, so they don't really worry about me too much. But, you know, they do kind of know what to do if they don't hear from me at a certain time. I'll say, okay, I'm going to be here on Sunday at such a time. Come pick me up at 12 o'clock, and if I'm not there at 12, don't worry. If I'm not there at 1, start worrying. If I'm not there at 2, call somebody. And they generally know who to call. You know, I tell them I have some friends who they'll call first. You know, because I'm, you know, it's always like around the area where I've been. They'd call my friends, they'd jump in boats or whatever, and they'd come search for me, I hope, or something. But, you know, they'd also notify, you know, first responders, and they would come search for me. But, you know, I always have to leave that plan with them, and tell them that, you know, like, you know, sometimes my wife expects me to call her every day. Well, I'm like, babe, sometimes I don't have reception. So if I don't call you, don't freak out, because it's happened. I camped one night, didn't have service, and wasn't able to call her. So she was like, I almost called, you know, the Coast Guard. And she literally said that, and I was on a river. So she's like, I almost called the Coast Guard to come and get you. I was like, look, I was fine. You know, I could just see me sitting there on the riverbank, just chilling, you know, doing nothing. And all of a sudden, an emergency boat comes hauling tail up the river, and I'm like, hey, where y'all headed? They're like, you know, looking for me. That'd be pretty embarrassing. And we may get in trouble for that. I don't know. We have to pay for that. I hope not. But anyways, you know, are those things necessary? No. Of course they're not necessary. Are they handy? Yes. Are they comforting for your family back home? For you to carry one? Absolutely. I lent my spot to a friend of mine, one of the youth guys from church, as he went and hiked the Appalachian Trail, and he used it. It was cool. We could check on him where he was. You know, so it is handy to use, I'd say, for certain occasions. You know, if I ever go to the Florida Keys, like I really want to go paddle the Florida Keys for about a week, I'll probably get that spot activated so I can use it then. Because out there, I more than likely will be without cell service, and I'm out where if serious things did happen, it'd be tough for me to get back in. You know, because sometimes I could be 10 miles from any sort of civilization. And I may not have radio contact because it's, you know, I may be too far for that as well, VHF radio. So you never really know. So for certain situations, that stuff's good to have, but most of the time I'm in kind of populated areas or where I'm not far from that. So if something ever happened, You just got to toughen up and make it work. You know, you're going out, yeah, you're risking your life a little bit, but, you know, you can't sit on the couch because you're scared of getting wet or getting cold or being in a lightning storm. You can't live your life like that. You got to go out, have an adventure. So, man, that was a long ramble on a short question, but I'll probably cut a lot of it out, or I may just leave it in for you. So, there you go. That's the Q&A. 3 quick questions, sort of quick. So, hey, if you have some more questions, leave them in the comments. Shoot me emails and stuff. I love getting the questions and answering you guys. So, check all that stuff out. Check out the other Q&A and my other videos. Go watch some adventures. It's about to be getting cold. I know a lot of y'all live up where it's like really cold, and you can't go paddling for like 6 months of the year, which would be horrible. So, go watch some adventure videos, but I'll be making them year-round, baby. I don't really have the next one scheduled yet because I just made a transition to a new department, fire department in my hometown. Thank you, Lord, where I want to stay forever. So it's great to be there. I'm just not really sure when I'm going to be able to go on an adventure, but it should be soon. I'm finding out. So that's awesome. So another adventure is coming soon, and some more fun videos will be woven within. So thank y'all for watching. Take care. God bless. Always an adventure, baby. Go have some fun. All right. Thank y'all.